All right, today I want to talk about AI and why it is killing your brain and how to fix it. Obviously, there is no doubt AI is a revelation and it's only rapidly improving and taking over. So it's important to understand why it's taking over and what to do about it, how to get smarter with it. I want to talk about a couple of studies that prove that AI is making you dumber. A study by Media Labs took 54 18 to 39-year-olds and put them into two groups. One of the groups used just Google search to write essays, and the other group used ChatGPT to write essays. What was found with the group that used ChatGPT is that they had lower cognitive function and lower cognitive consciousness to write these essays, and eventually they actually got lazier and just copy and pasted essays as opposed to writing them themselves. Whereas the people who use Google search were using critical thinking skills and not relying on a piece of technology to write their essays. The more you use AI, the less you rely on your own brain, your own mind. And it's understandable. This is a revelation in technology. You can tell it what to think and it'll think that. You can tell it what you don't know and it'll figure out what you don't know. But it's important to rely on yourself, because if not, then what is all of it for, right? If you can just tell some technology to do it for you, then what is all of this for? So here's how I use AI and why I think it's the smart way to use it. First of all, it's important to understand that AI is similar to social media in the sense where the developers of it design it to make you feel good. ChatGPT is an obvious case of this. Whenever you tell ChatGPT something bad, it'll respond by saying, "Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. That might not have been the best thing to do, but just do it differently next time." It'll make you feel like doing a wrong thing was okay. It tells you what you want to hear. It's supposed to make you feel good. It's supposed to make you feel like you want to talk to it more and use it more and pay more for it. Technology this advanced should not be used in this way. So here's how I use it and how I think you should use it. First of all, use your brain first before entering your LLM, your chat model. Think with your brain. This will increase your critical thinking skills and make you less reliant on these models when you're out in the real world at your job or doing whatever. You're not thinking about using ChatGPT to get the answers because you actually thought of them yourself. Increase your critical thinking skills, increase your intelligence. So use your brain first. The second thing is to treat these LLMs like assistants. They shouldn't be doing the brunt of the work for you. Otherwise, you won't learn anything. You won't gain any knowledge. You'll simply just be telling somebody to do something. If you're running a business, for example, you don't want it to know everything about your business and you don't even know about it yourself, right? Think about the structure of what you want your business to look like first. Then tell the model, and then they'll put together a plan or figure out a situation that makes sense for you based on what you've told it. You don't just say, "Hey, I want to start a business," and tell the model. It'll make something for you and you won't even understand how that thing works. And then you're not even the business owner. The ChatGPT prompt is the business owner now. In an article I just read, a Harvard staff writer asked ChatGPT if it's making us dumber or smarter. ChatGPT replied and said, "It depends on how you use it." That says it all, right? If you're relying on ChatGPT for everything, every step of the way, clearly you're losing cognitive function and critical thinking skills. But if you go to it with questions that maybe are outside of your realm of creativity or outside of your realm of knowledge, and you learn something from asking it something similar to a Google search, then you might actually be gaining knowledge. But you can't rely on these things. I want to conclude with a story of how I started using AI to help me write essays in college. I would never, ever, ever copy and paste an essay or excerpt or anything that AI would give me, but I would use it and it would help me understand how to properly write, because I would prompt it so that it wasn't writing my essay for me, but it was teaching me the proper way to write in a certain situation, how to articulate something well. And then I learned something. I actually learned how to do it. And at some point, I didn't even need AI to write these anymore, but it actually taught me something and it helped me learn how to write better and how to research better. So as AI starts to take over the world, It's important not to be afraid of it, but to actually learn how to use it and to not become dumber as a result of using it, but to become smarter and give yourself an advantage over the people who are using it recklessly. Thank you for watching.